Scandal of Hillary Clinton. Joining us now, Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, great to have you with us. Your boss is putting on quite a show in Michigan, all across the country. I mean, I cannot believe the stamina of the man, and you're going to keep it going tomorrow as well. Give us a sense of your reaction to the on its face, preposterous decision-making of the FBI and the Justice Department, saying, you know, never mind, 650,000 emails, we're going back to July.
Well, I watched the Democrats twist themselves like pretzels, Lou, to go out of their way to compliment Jim Comey this Sunday. Last Sunday, he was the most awful person in the world, according to the Hillary Clinton's campaign. And they were complaining, crying foul last week, including went all the way up to the President of the United States, saying the director should not be interfering in the election. So do they think that he's interfering in the election 2 days before the election and making this claim? But look, if he's going to go back to July, let's play the tape. Let's go back to July. What did Jim Comey tell us in July? He told us that Hillary Clinton was reckless and careless. He told us that she compromised national security by putting on a private email. He told us that she lied about how many devices she was using. It was not one, it was multiple devices. And he said all of this under oath in front of a congressional committee chaired by Trey Gowdy. So if we're going to stick with July, July's not a pretty picture for Hillary Clinton. I have to commend, you and I don't think much of the federal government's efficiency, really have to just applaud the efficiency of the FBI here, Lou. They read 650,000 emails in 9 days. Wow, that's like one per second if you're going 24/7.
You know, it is, talking just now with Jim Carlstrom and Bill Gavin, former assistant directors of the FBI, you can tell they're gut sick for their agency, their storied agency, for the great men and women of the FBI. But the leadership has lost its mind. And I hope I'm speaking figuratively rather than literally. But James Comey, what he has done here is such a disservice to law enforcement, to prosecutors, and to truth and the American people, that I personally think it only validates what your candidate has been saying from the outset.
Yes.
The system is rigged. And if this isn't a boost to the Trump fortunes, I can't imagine what it would take.
Well, and I think many in the media are reading it exactly the wrong way, the opposite way. They're saying, see, she's exonerated, no charges, she's not a criminal. There have been decades of self-dealing and personal enrichment by Bill and Hillary Clinton, and the people know it, and that didn't change today. If anything, they were reminded. Different set of rules for you and me and General Cartwright and the guy in the submarine, Sosie in the submarine, and a different set of rules for Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. We find out today Chelsea Clinton allegedly using Clinton Foundation money to pay for her wedding. You know what, Bill? You know what, Lou? We don't really care. We do not care, Lou, because we are out there bringing the message directly to the people. We posted the Minnesota event, and within 18 hours of posting it, we had 22,000 RSVPs for an airport hangar that holds 4,500. People abandoned their cars a mile down the road just to walk to the event. Well, there is something brewing out there, and they will be there to vote on Tuesday.
Yeah, I want to get to that in just a moment, but I will say, and all of us listening on this broadcast all over the country, our audience is obviously national in scope. We're watching those folks in Sterling Heights. They are with Donald Trump every second, with every syllable that he's speaking. I mean, you talk about a crowd, and he's not even supposed to be in Michigan.
I know.
In contesting that state, and it looks like he has them in the palm of his hand.
And guess who else is not supposed to be in that state? Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. But they're all in that state. They're following our lead. We re-scrambled the map. We have 6 different routes to 270 now. And one or two may just include Michigan. But the message in Michigan about illegal immigration and fairness to the American worker and renegotiating trade deals and just stimulating economic growth and jobs, frankly, the America First message plays very well in parts of Michigan, very well in parts of Pennsylvania. And so we feel competitive in these states.
You going to win?
We're going to win, Lou. We're going to win, and it's going to be a great night. I hope we'll see you there. I changed the name from Election Night Party to Victory Party.
I like that. I like that. It's got a ring.
Yes,
I'll be there.
It has a nice ring.
I'll be there because of the...
Super.
I was waiting for a name change. Kellyanne, thanks so much as always. Good luck. We appreciate it. Kellyanne Conway. Be sure to vote in our poll tonight. The question is, does today's decision by FBI Director James Comey to clear Hillary Clinton on the issue of her emails prove A, she followed the rules and the law, or B, the leaders of the Justice Department and the FBI are crooked? Which was proved to you today? Cast your vote on Twitter at Lou Dobbs. We'd like to hear from you. Follow me on Twitter at Lou Dobbs. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at Lou Dobbs Tonight. Up next, Donald Trump says it's now up to the American people to deliver justice at the ballot to Hillary Clinton. RNC committee man Randy Evans, former Reagan White House political director Ed Rollins. They join me next to divine all that is about to unfold on the campaign trail and at all of those ballot boxes all across the country. Stay with us. Senior advisor for the Newt Gingrich presidential campaign in 2012, Randy Evans. Randy, good to have you here. Great America PAC strategist, former Reagan White House political director, Fox News contributor. He only led 9 presidential campaigns. We think he's got a pretty good insight into what's going on right now. Ed Rollins, good to have you here, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's start with your reaction first, Randy, to James Comey. A 2-day from election surprise number, well, we call it a November surprise to go with his October surprises, to go with his July surprises.
I thought he gave Donald Trump exactly what Donald Trump needed, which was proof that the system is corrupt. You know, corruption is a contagion, and it infects everything that it touches, whether it's the Internal Revenue Service, whether it's the State Department, whether it's the Democratic primary being rigged. It corrupts every part of it, and we got to see today, the American people got to see what corruption really looks like. The idea that you could review 650,000 emails in 8 days, nobody for 1 second believes that. They know all of what this is. This is corruption from top to bottom.
Yep.
We saw corruption to the core today.
Yeah, and you know what? We also heard from Donald Trump today, the perfect, I think, perfect response, which Ed was, you know, you're not going to get justice from the Justice Department. You're not going to get it from the FBI. You're not going to get it from the Obama administration, and you're certainly not going to get it from Hillary Clinton. Therefore, deliver justice at the ballot box. It couldn't have been more perfect.
It's a great line. He was very strong tonight, very powerful in the speech that we had the opportunity to watch there. The interesting thing is Comey started this drill because his agents had come to him and said, there's things here that are different. In the middle of the week, this week, they said there's a bunch of things we have found that were not there in the original group. And all of a sudden today, after, again, 650,000 emails on a computer by a guy who was thrown out of Congress, who basically is sex taping with 15-year-old girls, and we say, well, they're just duplicates. There's nothing there that we can find that's new evidence, is absurd.
You know, there's, as you go through that, I mean, there's no one right now. I believe there are very few people in this country right now who believe a damn thing that James Comey says. I don't think there are many people in the country who believe anything. We haven't even seen Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General. She's a non-person right now. And Obama has gone from supporting Jim Comey to now, you know, tearing him to pieces. And the next thing you know, James Comey falls in line.
The Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, and basically rejected his opportunity to move forward initially, and the President stepped in and basically put the coup on it. And my sense today is only going to help because it reinforces the message of Trump.
All right, let's get to this election. And Randy, I want to ask you, where is the RNC? I want to know where the ground game is. I want to know particularly in North Carolina, in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida. You know, a little New Hampshire action wouldn't hurt either. What have you got for us?
Here's what I got for you. Ryan Priebus and our Chief of Staff, Katie Walsh, give us a briefing every single day. We're winning in the ground game. We're winning in places that you would never believe. The votes that they need to win are down. The votes that we need to win are up. And then when you go to places like Michigan or Wisconsin, suddenly you're seeing a whole motivated group. And do you know why they're so motivated? Because they're outraged the way you're outraged, the way I'm outraged by what they saw today. They saw something which was this. If we don't intervene now, we lose the rule of law, we lose our country. And they got to see just how it plays out and how it plays out in a systematic way. And that's why you're seeing tens of thousands of people show up at the rallies.
To that point, over the course of the next 48 hours, Are Republicans going to come together? Are Republicans going to deliver 95%? 95% are near that support at the ballot box for Donald Trump.
I think it'll be between 90 and 95%. I think it may be 93, it may be 94, but we've certainly seen the Republicans all come together because they understand what's at stake. But much more importantly
Some
than that,
people would
Lou,
say that many of them are slow-witted.
Yeah, this is true. But we've seen independents come around to the idea of what's actually at stake, and that's why I say James Comey today actually did Donald Trump the biggest favor he could.
And I know you agree. You today, within moments, were saying exactly that this was a gift to Donald Trump.
He would have been, if Comey should have just done nothing. He should have stayed out of this thing from start to finish, but he's given us a great proofing issue.
So where are we with the states? It looks like Donald Trump has a very straightforward deal. Just win everything in the East plus Ohio, and you're all right.
We've got to start with Florida, and I think we're going to win Florida. We win Florida. I assume Randy has his state, Georgia, in line now, being the national committeeman there.
He got a little wobbly on him there for a while.
It was never really a play.
I think North Carolina, it's there. It's real clear politics as it there. Winning Florida, you get the 270, and I think we go beyond that. I think the momentum is ours, and I think this is just going to help the momentum.
Arne Mishkin, the head of our decision desk, will be joining us here later this evening to take up that electoral map and the way forward for both Trump and Clinton. You're about to say, Randy, and with that we have to wrap it up.
I would just, yeah, that's right. I thought Kellyanne Conway put it best. When we started, everybody was searching for one path to